Hey there, I got my hands on a set of cast Ronin trucks. For those who don't know, Ronin trucks are reverse kingpin trucks made for downhill and freeride, and they provide extra stability with a support pin system that reduces slop, and the general opinion is that they work quite well. But of course, there are mixed opinions on the truck. You either like them or you don't. Unfortunately, the cast versions are not produced anymore, and they are a little outdated by today's standards. And that's why I bought a set of used ones and tried to give them a little refresh. I did 3 things to them. I cleaned them, I chopped them, and I repainted them. You need the following tools. You need a metal saw, a metal file, a screwdriver and a hammer, and a die thread. But let's start with the first step. I started by giving them a good scrub with some dish soap. This removed most of the gunk that was on the truck. Then I went on to cut them and paint them. It is smart to cut them and then paint them. Due to my process being a little chaotic, I did it in another order, but for accuracy I show the right way, so please ignore the paint at some points in the video. To cut the trucks, you need to measure how much you want to cut. I go for 15mm on each side. This turns a 180mm hanger to a 150mm hanger. I also used some masking tape to protect the logo from getting scratched. I start by sawing around the hanger where I mark the position with tape. Make sure you don't saw too deep to not damage the axle by accident. After that, I inserted the screwdriver and give it some gentle taps with the hammer. And don't go too hard, you don't want to damage the axle. After that, you can pull the separated hanger off. The axles are pressed into the hanger. That's why it's that easy. So this won't work on most other cast trucks. You can now file off the hanger surface to make it cleaner. Do this for both sides. Good. Now it's time to thread the axle and shorten it. Put some grease on the axle where you start cutting. Then put on the thread die and work your way through. The moment you start cutting, do a whole turn, then a slight movement back to break off the shavings. Then do the next turn till you have the desired length. Great, now let's cut the axle. At first, screw on an axle nut, where you want to make the cut. The nut protects the rest of the thread and removes leftover residue when unscrewing. Then mark the position with the file. Take your metal saw and start to work on it. After you're done, take the nut off. The edges are still a little sharp, so you might want to file them off later. Do that on both sides. You can test with the bearing if you need to file down your axle a little, if it doesn't fit. Try to find the part that jams the bearing and try again. Try to file off as little as possible to keep the integrity of your longboard truck. After that, let's start to paint. I used car spray paint in black for the hanger. I like the combined look, so I designed a little paint dryer. I put my trucks in there with a thread and went on to spray them. Do this in a well-ventilated area and think about using a mask. These paints are not healthy to breathe in. Let them dry as long as your paint says it needs. And congratulations, you can be done right here. But I came up with an idea to make the truck even better. The hanger isn't clean enough for me, so I added metal washers to it. Take some glue, I used JB Weld, and put it on the axle. Then add your washer and press it on the hanger using a spacer. This ensures that your hanger surface is pretty flat and fits nicely onto your speed rings. And there you have it. I am very happy with the result. The truck looks phenomenal and I can't wait to try it out. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if you liked it, feel free to check out my channel. I do a lot of DIY longboard stuff and a couple of other things as well, but that shall be it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye!